In 7th grade, I was a wide receiver because the coach's son was the quarterback. I could throw the ball. I'd practiced since I was a little kid with my dad, but I wasn't the quarterback, so I played wide receiver. 8th grade, I quit football because I couldn't be the quarterback. My dad was Jack Kemp. He was an NFL quarterback and a championship quarterback, and then he ran for Congress and was Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. He ran for president and vice president. And then I became an NFL quarterback. We were the first ever of 6 sets of NFL father-son quarterbacks. And we were taught when we left the house, you're a Kemp, be a leader. So I really had only one mindset. I need to be something significant. I need to accomplish. I need to perform. I need to be first string. And the problem was, even though I could throw a football really well, I wasn't first string. I was a backup. So by the time high school came and I was third stringer and not starting, I started to hang with the sports team and then some of the party guys, and I wanted to be popular with everyone. I wanted girls to like me. It was insecurity driving me. And I compromised more and more and more, probably just like 2 degrees every year, but 2 degrees over a long time got me way off track, and I ended up not being who I wanted to be. The ironic thing is, I became a starting quarterback. My acne cleared up. I felt more confident with the girls. I had a lot of friends in my fraternity. We had a good football team, and I was a good player. I got a contract from the Rams to go play pro football. But that's what my life looked like when I finished college, and I was as successful as I'd ever been. But this weird thing happened. We had like a week of parties between the last class and when graduation came. And I was in the thick of it and was partying up a storm with my friends. And I'd go to bed inebriated at 3 or 4 in the morning. But I was sober in my spirit. I was absolutely crystal clear on one thing. I'm empty. I'm insecure. I'm a follower, not a leader, like my dad raised me to be. I'm selfish with people. The way I treat girls, the way I treat guys, the way it's all about me. A passage that is found in the Bible showed up in my head and says at the middle of the night, 3 in the morning, I guess that's not the middle of the night, middle of the morning, all things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to His purpose. And I realized my problem was my purpose. And that's at that point I started talking to God. And I said, God, I need you. I want my purpose to be your purpose. I want my life changed. I don't want to be so empty anymore. I don't want to be so selfish. I don't want to be a follower. So literally, that's the time where I said, God, I trust you. I'm following you. You're in charge. Take over. Now, did I change overnight? Not exactly, but I made a bunch of different decisions. I really dramatically changed my drinking. Really stopped being so selfish with people. Started hanging around people that were going in the direction of getting to know Jesus and read the Bible and figure out what His path is. And that was a transition point. And I realized, I'm going out to California. There's no way I'll make the team without God. How's He going to answer my prayers when I'm such a self-directed, selfish person that's really not pleasing God? And if I do make pro football, I'll be more of a selfish, egotistical jerk than I am. And the ironic thing, I was egotistical and self-centered, but I was really insecure. Even as a success, I was insecure. I always wondered, what do they think of me? What's she think of me? What's he think of me? We lost this game. Oh, I don't want to show up at the party. I'll be embarrassed. It was really all about satisfying my little boy insecurity. And yet I said, God, I want to be called according to your purpose. I want to try it your way. So when I moved to California, everything changed. I actually ended up 4th string, and they usually keep 3 quarterbacks, but they liked me, and they thought I had potential, so they kept me in a secret, a little stash. I wore my sweater to the games. My sister said, Jeff, you look great today. I said, I didn't play. She goes, I know, I love that sweater you were wearing. And my dad was a stud. He'd been a superstar in the NFL, and he'd say, Jeff, you look great today. I said, Dad, I didn't get in the game. I'd be all frustrated. This is on the phone. He said, I know, I saw you warming up. You're really throwing well. In that sense, he was phenomenal. But so much of his encouragement was really about who I would become and what I would do and about performance. Even though he was loving me when I was 3rd string, he was always painting the picture that eventually you'll be a starter. And so there was something I was missing in terms of just his love for me as it was. And I was so focused on performance. It wasn't really his fault. It was just the fact that he was famous, that I measured myself against him. And he never really revealed his inner struggles and his challenges. And so I didn't learn to process that stuff well. And that's where Jesus changing my life and realizing my Heavenly Father allows me to be completely transparent, completely honest. My weaknesses, He invites me to share them with Him. The love of God doesn't change with whether we mess up or don't mess up, whether we perform or don't perform. I mean, I love my parents, but I grew up thinking they were perfect. We all look back and feel like, wow, we're weird. We're all weird.
How great the love of Jesus Christ. Upon the cross of Calvary, the blood was shed that pardons me. No longer bound, no